everybody. This is Colston Robinson, Vice President of Sales at Platinum Payments. And what I wanted to talk to you today about is why to get in the merchant service industry. And I get this asked all the time. It's like, hey, why did you get into this industry 10 years ago? And really, it just comes down to me personally. I love helping businesses. I love helping people, and doing a great job in this industry will really take you a long way in your career. There's just so much unlimited possibility in this industry, from the types of businesses that we can talk to. I mean, everybody takes electronic payments. And so as far as that goes, from an online store to a brick and mortar mom and pop shop to a very large corporation, we can take care of their account, and we can obviously do that at a very high level. Electronic payments, it's always evolving. There's so many great new tools out there to be utilized by businesses. I remember when I first started, the joke would be that, hey, one day we could you're going to be able to take a payment with somebody's watch. And the crazy thing is, we're at that point today with all the new iPhone and Apple Pay and Android Pay, Google Wallet. It's all there, and it's continuing to change. It seems like on a weekly, daily basis, and it's something that always keeps the career fresh, exciting. Keeps the conversations always new and exciting as well to the merchants. I love something that I've always had a great passion about in this industry is setting up partnerships and relationships to allow other people, other businesses, take advantage of the revenue streams that we have. And we'll talk about residual income here in a minute, but what that allows us to do is get to work with web developers, helping them set up, working with them when they're setting up their clients' website. We can be the one plugging in the payment gateway and allowing them to fulfill their e-commerce needs, selling products online. We're that payment portion piece, and a lot of people don't realize that. They'll go with maybe a partner like Stripe or Square, and the difference between us is our service is much better, our pricing is much better, and we actually allow that web developer, our new partner, to take advantage of that profit sharing residual income. Same thing with software developers. We can work with them. We can integrate our systems into what they use. It allows them, again, to make a large revenue as far as their payments piece now in their software. Some of the best representatives in this industry I've ever been privileged to get to work with. I've literally seen them make millions of dollars setting up these relationships. And these relationships, they're out there on a constant basis. And it's just really exciting. The associations, that's another reason why, merchant services, getting to set up these partnerships. We can work with them, again, take care of all their members in their association. We can give back to the association. And again, it's just a great relationship. Another great partnership that we create all the time is working with certified CPAs, working with CPAs and getting to do the same thing for them. And right now, especially getting into tax time and just all year, they're always looking to, help their clients, help their businesses save money, cut costs. And one of the largest expenses that businesses pay is actually their credit card processing fees. Most average consumers, they don't even realize that the merchant actually has to pay to accept their form of payment, whether it's a debit card or credit card. They all carry different rates and fees. The other kind of more traditional, this is where I think my career started taking off at a high level, was 10 years ago when I set up my first large credit union. And again, just working that relationship. A business owner comes in, they set up the checking account, they're asking, hey, can I get set up to accept debit cards and credit cards in my business? Most people don't realize that the bank is actually not the one who is handling that service. There's only a handful of banks out there. We work directly with Elavon, and they're owned by US Bank. And so that would be an example of actually a bank that does take care of processing. But all your smaller banks, smaller credit unions, they don't have that service necessarily in-house. They always have to third party that service out to companies like us. So it's a great relationship to be in there working with all the different banks and credit unions all across the country. And again, just taking care of their clients at a high level. I mean, people, ask, and I'll get in this more a little bit later about the pricing difference, but there's a lot of companies out there, and this is why I think, you should definitely consider being a part of the merchant service industry if you're somebody that has a lot of high ethics, a lot of high standards. Is, the industry is definitely over the past years has kind of had more of a negative tone to it. And the reason is there's quite a few people out there that definitely overpromise and under deliver on things. There's people out there, saying things that aren't true just to, earn a buck and to gain that client's business. And then after all is said and done, that merchant gets upset. And then again, kind of the ball starts to just keep going on and on. And again, I'll talk to you a little bit here in a minute about why our service, why Platinum Payments is much different. But, there's always going to be a need for our industry. There's always going to be a need to accept some type of electronic payment. And that's probably the biggest reason why I like this industry. I feel like it has a lot of good job security tied to it, a lot of career security. And again, it's an industry that will just continue to evolve. It might look a little different in 5-10 years, but it's going to be still a part of our lives. People these days, they don't carry cash anymore. They say the average American has usually less than $50 in actually hard cash in their wallet anytime. So obviously businesses need to be able to accept electronic payments, and that's where we come into play. As far as a financial reason why merchant services is a great option is, the income, and not only upfront income that we pay on our accounts, but the residual income is why I got hooked. I remember, over 10 years ago, I saw an ad and it talked about residual income, and it brought me back to one of my business professors in college. He told me, he says, regardless of what you do in your life, just find residual income and make it work for you. And it's something that's always stuck in my mind. And I get there's other ways to create residual income, passive income, but it's basically selling something once and getting paid on it over and over again. So if you could, have the opportunity to go out and service a client and be able to take care of them for the life of their business, and get paid on every single credit card transaction or debit card transaction that they accept, you're going to have just an awesome career. And again, it's blessed me, it's blessed my family, blessed a lot of people that I've been able to work with over the years. And again, the residual income, the earning potential, again, it's very definitely uncapped, unlimited, and the potential is great because there's no company too large or too small that we can't handle. So from your large corporations to your, again, small mom and pop, we all can, all of them can take advantage of what we have to offer. So it comes down to, why Platinum Payments, what makes us different and what makes us different. And I always, start with the people, the people that run this company, the people that have founded this company. They're industry veterans. They've been around the game a long time. We've all definitely seen the good, the bad, the ugly. And what we've decided to do is basically take out all the negativity of the industry and come up with what we've labeled the Platinum Guarantee. We also talk about it as being our Platinum Core. And, there's a handful of things that are involved with it. And one of them, that we always like to talk about is we don't believe in any type of long-term contract. We believe by keeping our businesses, we have to service them at a high level. We don't believe holding their feet to the fire as far as like, hey, if you leave us, we're going to charge you this, large cancellation fee. People have the freedom to leave us at any point in time, and we do not charge them a termination fee. So again, it puts the pressure back on us, making sure that we can back them up with great service. Also, we don't raise any merchants' rates. We've all had experiences in the past with some other organizations where we've lost some very large accounts, and any account in between, because it's been kind of a standard in the processing field to raise rates at least twice a year. We see some processors out there, they'll raise them as many times as they really want throughout the year. But generally during April and October, that's when the card brands generally make all their somewhat major adjustments, and they take that time to raise rates, and they'll notify the merchant on their statement, which most people don't even understand their statement, and they'll kind of hide it in there and say, hey, with you continuing to use our service, that's going to be your acceptance of the new terms and conditions. And so again, we don't believe in raising rates. Another thing we don't believe in is leasing equipment. And so a lot of companies have found that leasing equipment is a kind of a quick way to make a decent amount of money. But what we found is it's a pretty quick way to lose a lot of clients as well. And so what we believe is that, as you're here or part of the industry, building a residual income, it makes zero sense to go set somebody up with a piece of equipment that they're selling or leasing for thousands of dollars that pretty much cost anywhere from $200 to $300 retail value. And so what happens is merchants will find out from the next guy that, hey, you just signed up for a 4, 5, 6-year lease, and you're going to end up paying, I've seen people end up paying over $10,000 for a piece of equipment that costs $200. And so you can tell from that situation, it's probably not going to be the most positive situation. And the likelihood of you retaining accounts and even gaining accounts for a very long time is not very likely, due to the fact, especially now with the online, World Wide Web, right? That the word travels quick, and especially when you start getting into communities, some business networks, you're going to get blasted out there for selling overpriced equipment. It's still taking place right now. And again, we just don't believe in it. We believe in taking care of our clients, giving them a very fair deal. Obviously, it has to be a win-win situation for us as well. But we believe in just, fair pricing, keeping everything very fair, and taking care of clients for the long term. And another thing that we believe in is just, having the right people backing us. We've been with a lot of different acquiring banks, and we definitely stand behind our acquiring bank, which is Elavon. And again, they're a U.S. bank-owned company, and they are, again, we've been with multiple different platforms. In fact, I think we probably have, over our experience, we've probably been involved with probably the at least top 10 in the industry, in the country. And nothing really compares to Elavon, not only from their customer service experience, but also at an employee, at a representative level, getting things done, getting it done very efficiently, working with just class act individuals, US-based customer service. Again, it's just a great setup, getting paid on time. All those things really come into play when you're choosing who you work with. Again, our pricing structure too, it's by far the most competitive in the industry. It's the most transparent. We run 99% of the time a interchange cost plus method, meaning that we take the card in for the merchant at true cost, and then we put a small markup on top of that. And that's where we make our money, and we label it in our statement very plain and clear. People, when they sign up with us, they know exactly what they're getting. They know what to expect. And again, the beauty of that is we're not going to raise their rates. So they don't have to worry about, having another person come in and giving them a proposal, because it's literally the last time they ever have to think about, who they're using as a merchant service provider. And so again, guys, that's basically it. Obviously it's a great opportunity, not just in the industry itself, but again, if you're going to do it, you might as well choose the right people to work with that you can literally go build a long-term career with, build up a great portfolio, get paid on it for your lifetime. So again, if you have any questions, need anything, please reach out to us on our Facebook, our Instagram, our website, www.platinumpayments.com. Send us an email, like us, love us, and let us know if you need anything. Thanks, guys.